Hello and welcome to the Energy Monitor video series coming at you live from Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt, where we are at the COP27 Climate Summit. I'm Dave Keating, and today I'm joined by Leonardo Moreno, who is president of AES Clean Energy, which is a Virginia-based U.S. power company. And according to Bloomberg New Energy Finance, in 2021, AES sold more clean energy to corporations than any other developer in the world. So certainly you're keenly watching what's happening here at COP27. And you're one of only 5 US power companies, as I understand it, that is aligned with the Paris Agreement objectives, which we're all discussing here at COP27. So maybe first off, you could tell me, what have you been up to here the past days? What message are you trying to impart to all the people here?
Yes, no, thanks for having me. The mission of AES is to accelerate the future of energy together. And if you focus on the word accelerate, we're trying to make this carbon-free future happen faster. And the word together means together with all of our stakeholders. And many of them are present here. Their governments, their customers, their suppliers. So interacting with them to accelerate this mission is one of the key things we do.
And so tell me, in terms of the type of clean energy you're involved in, what are you involved in, and then what kind of policy signals do you need from the policymakers who are here in Sharm el Sheikh?
Yeah, we're one of the largest developers of solar, wind, and energy storage in the world. So we have a pipeline of more than 60 gigawatts of projects around the world, heavy focus in the US. And the key things to accelerate this future are, number one, we're going to need stable supply chains for the development of renewables. And this is everywhere. And number two, we're going to need policies to allow for permitting and interconnection to happen a lot faster, both in the US, in Europe, and in developing countries.
So when we're thinking about what we're going to end up with here at this COP, what are you looking for in terms of the end result? To you, what will success mean at COP27?
Yeah, I think one of the great ideas that were introduced here was by Secretary Kerry when he talked about a carbon offset plan. Because for years, people have been talking about ways for the developed countries help the developing markets to progress. And if you have a carbon offset mechanism, you have a way for companies to play a role in this space and buy these offsets and allow for coal to be shut down in the developing markets. If this idea, if this can serve as a seed for this idea to flourish, I think that'll be success.
And how receptive do you think the policymakers here have been to the messages that the business is bringing when they need these policy signals, when they need kind of certainty and stability going forward?
I think there's been a shock of reality in this COP, honestly, that people realize that we just have to accelerate implementation a lot faster. And for that, people do have to do a lot more. It's one of the themes here, together for implementation. So hopefully between now and the next COP, people can come with much more concrete plans on how to accelerate each of the national plans.
And last question, when we do get an agreement at the end of this week, whenever it comes, then it'll be looking ahead to COP28 in the UAE next year. What are the next steps that you would really like to see taken over the course of the next year to put us in good shape for COP28?
I think number one, each country has to have an implementation plan that backs up the NDCs. So each country comes here with their NDC, but their plans for actually implementing those NDCs are not clear. And number two, heavier participation from the countries that are emitting the most amount of carbon. This COP, we had certain countries participating, but not all of them.
Well, Leonardo, thank you so much for joining us here today. And thank you for watching this installment of the video interview series for Energy Monitor here in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt.